What it look like, beloved ones? Long time no see, beauties. There's a lot going on, but everything is healthy. What it look like? What's going on out there in Indian country? So I forgot my damn glasses. What it look like? What's happening? Let me see. Grand elevations, grand elevations. What's going on? What's good? What it look like? I miss some of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Hey, beauty, what's happening? Everything is healthy. Everything is healthy. It's my last little bit of time in the West Coast for a little while. Yo, I had a grand time. At the last minute, decided to go, have a vacation, fun vacation. So I came out to Phoenix. I got to pull up with the wild Indians on this side. Great hospitality. Shout out to Cottrell, Warfare K, and his wife, and my girl Amanda. That was beautiful. They pulled up on me. We went out to dinner. It was a good deal. Got to discuss some things and basically just fellowship and spend time with each other, and I'm super appreciative of that. They rolled out to pull up on me, so that was dope. Texas, y'all better get y'all motherfucking tickets, y'all. I am so excited. Just the eye candy, the place where we're gonna be at is so calming, so soothing, so relaxing. We're gonna be able to channel that energy, and I'm just hoping great things. Every time we leave Grandma Killer's tour, every time we leave a date, great things happen. It seems to permeate throughout the ether, and it lasts for a good while. You know what I'm saying? After the first one, we had like 19, 20 people open up businesses, just people trying different things, definitely pulling up. Y'all don't even know what it does to me when y'all pull up at Grandma Killer's tour with your mother, your father, your grandparents, and your children and your grandkids. Y'all do not know what that does to my soul. It just touches me to the core. I gotta tell y'all that. When we all fellowshipping like that together, y'all rejuvenate me, right? A lot of that is what keeps me fucking going. You just don't know. I was going through a lot. Shout out to everybody that, I was off the radar. My sister and I, my twin and I, we were off the radar for a little while. I just want to thank everybody for your kind words of comfort and encouragement, right? I definitely want to do that. Just mad gratitude. Lots of gratitude. Lots of gratitude. Texas is going to be dope. The presentation is going to be bar none. We going into some details, and this is specific. Galveston, everybody knows what the general history is, the basic backdrop. They were the last people to know that slavery was actually over, and they were supposed to get paid, and they didn't want that pound of salt no more, right? Because a lot of them got paid in a pound of salt. Their living and board and expenses were all cared for. They were had allowances for clothing and all different types of things. This we know. But in Galveston, Texas, they usually have an Africanized theme. But we gonna pull out all them Texas Indians, how they got there, what tribes they descend from. We're gonna pull up some Comanche history, some Natchez history, because those are relative, especially to that area. Lots of Cherokee influence in Texas. I'm not sure if people are aware of that. Most of them were actually migrants, from the east. So let me see. Hey, you beautiful ones. I can't see. I ain't got my glasses on. And since I got my glasses, my goddamn vision is worse. It's worse. So I can't see everybody that's in there. Toya. What's up, Toya? How you doing, beauty? M. Jones. What's up, baby? Watu Elevated. Trauma Hawk. What's good? So, and if you haven't done so now, www.nograndmakillers.com. Get your tickets. Pull up with your family. Bring the children. It's going to be beautiful. You bring your fishing pole. If you got a boat, there's a slip that you can attach your boat to. You could go fishing. There's going to be a whole bunch of other leisure activities. I'll be out there probably for the better part of the week. I'll be out there probably for the week. So I'll be there a few days ahead of the tour, and I'll be there for a few days after. I'm super excited. What's up, Royalty 72? What's up, beauty? I'm super excited. Nigga been in a slump. I'm gonna keep it real. Nigga been in a slump. Yo, we had a lot of death. Some predictable, some not. Some completely unexpected. And, you know, that's a lot to deal with. It's a lot to deal with. But at the same time, our sister passed. She was the one that was been on a respirator since July of 2019. Well, she finally ended her battle, and she finally won. Of course, I've been sad this whole entire time, but I felt a sense of relief because I know she's not suffering anymore, right? Not only is she not suffering, she was such a fighter, and I believe now in hindsight that she may have had COVID, and we just didn't know it, but she's been on a respirator for a long time. So she finally succumbed to that fight. Now I got somebody else watching over. And let me tell you why I couldn't really spend a lot of time crying. When you are fortunate enough to have somebody that walks through every fucking walk of life with you, whether they holding your hand or they pushing you towards something that you think you might be afraid of. But when you got somebody that's so solid, when you get up and you move to California and that motherfucker gets in a plane to come and see you for your birthday, you know, you got like just so many things. I have so many grand memories of loyalty. And that shit made me feel good because some niggas will never know what that shit is like. They will never know what it's like to have somebody that is so fucking down. So down, not to where they'll take away from their self, but what they do have to give, they add it to you, and that shit makes you full. Those is the fucking people that I'm used to fucking with. So yeah, I'm sad she's not here, but nigga, I am so excited. I know what that shit feels like. I know what that unconditional love feels like. I know what it feels like to have somebody constantly on your back to see you better and make you better, and because they want you to come out clean, right? That shit is beautiful. So I'm really feeling like celebrating now. That's what's so different about this. I feel like celebrating because she was a lot of the wind beneath my wings. And I'm happy she's not suffering anymore. Because that situation, that's not her. That's not her. I know she wouldn't want us to see her like that or anything like that. And I'm glad that she took it to the top. She was some of the best. And now I got the best watching over, right? Facts. I'm excited about getting back to work. Super excited about getting back to work. I got some new drop. You know, sometimes you gotta just let things go where they go. You know what I'm saying? And then when you come back, you come back bigger and better. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be the third season for this channel. Actually, it's gonna be the 4th season for this channel, even though I've had it for several years. But the content is always going to keep getting upgraded. The content is always going to be fresh and new, and it's exclusive because now we're starting to get more into what is for the Indians. Again, it's going to be a part of the separating, the solidarity amongst those of like minds and like kind. That's exactly what it's going to do. So I definitely want to see y'all in Texas. This shit going to be smack dabbly do. Smack dabbly do. I'm super excited. Everything's pretty much already done. And we've been ahead of the curve, and that has been a beauty. There's been such smooth things. Even when Murphy's Law happens and life itself happens, we're able to still keep progressing and keep moving forward. So shout out to my cousin Tasha. And of course, the beloved Johnny Aborigine, that man busy. Gotta respect his work ethic. Is bar none. No headaches. Just so much improvement that they bring to the table, that they bring to this, and I just love their flavor. I'm so excited. I hope y'all excited too. I can't wait to see y'all. I'm about to get my shit together and pack up and get my ass on back to the East Coast. Of course, I get over here and the East Coast is blazing hot. I came over here for the sun and the heat. Got over here and they barely cracked 80. Right? That was in California. So over here in Phoenix, it was definitely a little warmer. So I got what I came for. I absolutely got what I came for. We celebrated baby girl's birthday and mom's birthday. They had a good time. You know, I love seeing my mom happy when she's around her siblings and her brothers and sisters and her children and shit like that. She's a grand woman, y'all. She's a grand woman. So definitely shout out to her. Yo, get your shit together and get ready to Texas. I don't know if you're going to rent a car, trains, planes, or automobile. You don't want to miss this shit. First of all, you ain't going to be able to match the vibe, right? The pure intentions, that fucking shit permeates, and I'm telling you, you're going to be walking out of there all lighting the shoulders and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let the weight of the world just relieve yourself when you be around like-minded people that know things you know and can teach you things to help you grow, right? That's really what it's about. It's about time. I let the cat out the bag. We had a really good intimate Clubhouse room last night, and I will be over there in Clubhouse a lot more. It's just easier to do. You know, it's a lot to put together, you know, the presentations and things like that, especially when you're constantly on the go. What's up, Von Dade? I saw that one. How you doing, beloved? You know, so Clubhouse, I'll be able to be a little more available, but it's just convenient. You know, you don't have to manipulate, do too much. You mute your mic, you unmute your mic, and that's kind of really, you know, just the gist of it. So sometimes it can go on autopilot if you have to, you know, step away or something like that. You're able to do that. So pull up to Clubhouse. Let me know you're there. I'll send you an invite to No Grandma Killers. We're actually going to have a couple more clubs that we'll be creating as well, just for different topics, different content, but it's all Indian related. You know, a lot of people get distracted. They go off into all these other places, and it's hard to get back to grandma. You know, we're going to stay consistent on the issues that is going to bring us forward. We're dealing with solutionists. We're going to keep the problem babies where the problem babies are. Let them sit there with that. That's okay. It's about tolerance and acceptance. You can accept these niggas and all they motherfucking flaws, right? But the tolerance is to be able to accept them without having to fucking, you know, wreck them. You understand what I'm saying? This way it's beyond agree to disagree, because nobody should disagree that grandma deserves some respect on her name. Nobody should disagree that the Indian got a lot of shit that they supposed to be making these niggas pay for. Nobody can dispute that. That's not even up for debate. But how do you get to the bag? If they can't discuss how to get to the bag tangibly, as a collective, right? Community, economics, if they're not explaining that, and then also, what's up with all these people, with all these Indians and don't have any to show? Not to brag or anything, but to show you something solid that they even know what they're talking about, because people are bumping into regurgitators and parrots and things of that nature, right? So that makes these new set of people vulnerable and shit like that. Y'all might want to go back through some of the old shit. I called out a lot of the snakes. I called out a lot of the ratatouilles. I called out a lot of the assholes a long time ago. So why people chose to still engage is beyond me. Hopefully, if you really just got off by paying them people $300 to be a part of a tribe, then you got off cheap. Some motherfuckers lost land. They lost their life. Right? It's a lot of shit. Be lucky. $300 is a small motherfucking thing to walk away with everything else you came with. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, guard your grill, protect yourself, but at the same time, a lot they should be a lot smoother for people. But if you've been paying attention to gossip and all these other things, who's doing what, who's doing this and that takes away from the grandparents and shit. Right? That takes away from different discoveries and all of that, things that you can tap into that might be been right there in your face. But if you always getting sidetracked and shit like that, then, you know, the ancestors will leave you alone. It's about the spiritual connection too, right? It's definitely a spiritual connection. If you are upset or I'm in pain, I'm not touching nobody's genealogy. I was in pain for the last 3.5 weeks. In fucking excruciating pain for longer than that. Right? I really kind of even lost count. I didn't show my face because I felt like I aged 20 years. Every time you pick up the phone, somebody's dead, this is happening, that was happening. It was all a bunch of shit at one time, right? So yeah, I'm not going to touch nothing because it don't got the right energy on it. You got to do this with purity. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some purity. Yo, it's nothing wrong with putting a fucking righteous flavor on shit. Like, why can't people just stay regular? It's not a good time to be over qualifying yourself for places and tables that you're not gonna sit at. There's a table for you, but it ain't gonna be the table where The solutionists are. If you are part of the problem, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not going to sit at the same table. Why would you even think so? So, in Clubhouse, we were discussing, and I had to make a statement, and I know people didn't really, I can't say they didn't jock it because it's true, right? And I really don't make excuses and apologize for that type of, for the truth, right? But I said that to say, you hear people talking all types of shit about the government and everything, and all of that is true, but they don't have a government in place so that they can self-govern, right? So that they can contract back and forth, agree or disagree with another governing body. So I don't understand what it is. People are just angry, so they're taking their emotions, right, and they're bringing it into, we Indians, and fuck this one, fuck the natives, fuck this and fuck those people, and fuck this and fuck that. Why are you still over there arguing with them people? If you got your grandma, there's no reason for you. If you got your grandma and grandpa, your family history, you don't really got to go through all that with them. Now, if you want some recreation after you got a whole bunch of work done and shit, then fuck it. Go ahead, pop off, get your little spar on and shit. You got to stay fresh. Sometimes that shit is fun. Sometimes that shit is fun. Right? But I know when you got to know when that shit is appropriate. Because if you're in the groups battling the natives and talking to the Pan-Africans all day, you ain't fucking with grandma. They get jealous. They are our creators, our gods. Our gods are very jealous God. Our gods are very jealous God. You don't think our ancestors be jealous? We pay all this other stuff, all this other shit attention. We pay everything attention but our own. We get so easily distracted. Seven God, what's up, good brother? We get so easily distracted. Hey, Star Vision. You know what I'm saying? Don't get so distracted. Don't get so distracted. That is a fucking disservice. Niggas be leaving. What's up, Renzo, baby? They fucking be going all over the place. You got to stay in one place and get something done. Got to stay in one place and get something done. Some of you are going to be getting some emails. We'll probably be doing a few surveys too. And we're going to have a membership role for family. The bloodlines are the misclassified. So people that want to really make some shit happen, right? And they don't pretend to know every motherfucking thing. Stay in touch. Stay in the loop. It's about to get crazy. And it's going to get crazy in a good way, right? So if you're not used to winning, if you come with the defeatist attitude, this ain't going to be the thing for you. But sit back. Don't feel too bad. Don't get all crazy and angry where you want to start hating and infiltrating and fucking up shit, right? Because you know somebody about to get a win. Because some people just are haters naturally. They can't even help it. And I realize that too. But at the end of the day, just sit back, because if you really are Indian, you really have the same grievances, gripes, and concerns, right? You have the same issues. You got the bloodline. There is nothing for you to worry about. You got what it is that you need. We got what it takes to go forward. That's it, and that's all. There's not going to be a whole bunch of explaining, on the social media, because sometimes people just leave it as social media Indian shit, and that's not what it is. That's not what it is. So there's some other things that totally necessary to discuss. Totally necessary to discuss. And this concerns people that have ancestors on the 5 civilized tribes and not necessarily the Eastern or, Woodland Indians, for that matter, for the most part. Right? But it's super important. And I know they don't know, because a lot of them is suffering too. Oh, yes, a lot of them is suffering. We just don't know that because, niggas be so busy calling Native Americans and this and that and saying whatever they saying, $5 Indians to every last one of them. And that's not the case. It's not the case. So instead of going into things further, they have a standoffish attitude. And again, the so-called Aboriginal is now a racist piece of shit, just like every fucking body else that they point the fucking fingers at. That's what it's going to become. And that is only that way until they bump into that Native American grandmother or grandfather Until they bump into, because you know a lot of y'all niggas, I done seen y'all shit. A lot of y'all 2 steps, 2 little mouse clicks away from finding out your ass is related to George Washington and all these so-called founding fathers and all these other motherfuckers, right? Because they couldn't get no money without the Indian woman. They couldn't even get into the villages. We're going to go into that. So the new things that I'll be talking about, it's going to even smash some of the shit. And it's definitely going to stack on top of the shit that I've been pretty consistent with, right? It's going to stack right on top of it. So when I die and I leave this motherfucking planet and the nigga go back to the beginning and follow it all the way through, the stories is getting told. And it's not by me. It's through the people in charge of me. The ancestors got a whole bunch of different downloads, right? Whole bunch of different downloads. So keep well, take care, right? And you definitely got to take care because this shit is a lot of motherfucking work. This is a lot of work. But I'm going to tell you, it's time to pull out that warrior. It's time to pull that warrior out. Thank you so much, Original Tiller. It's time to pull the warriors out. We're going to need them. We don't have to have a whole bunch of smart people because we absolutely going to need some warriors too. Right? But it's a different battle. It's a different battle. And mostly it's going to be just to fortify and make a seal around the solutionists. Right? Your fucking starting lineup. You want to protect them from injury. Right? We in the playoffs and shit. You want to protect your starting lineup from injury. Right? Want to hope they stay healthy right before we get to the end of the season. You know, it's important. That shit can happen like this. Don't think niggas gonna get on YouTube or none of these social media platforms and make no grand announcement like, hey, we formulating a tribe. Y'all want to get down? It's not gonna be like that. And this is why I'm suggesting that people lawfully, I ain't talking about go get a fucking DBA and do this shit these other motherfuckers is doing or was doing, been doing, still doing, however you say it. We got legal rights to do the same thing, and it's time to shake some shit up, right? And if all else fails, I'm gonna tell you, there's a few particular groups that are not going to lose, regardless if they fuck this whole shit up. Right? Because you got these dumb niggas calling these people and they talking all of this regurgitated stuff. So they still acting like they telling the truth, but they still repeating everybody else's truth and not their own. So when these niggas call, for instance, when that buster called the Cherokee talking about we the original, honor you and we are. I ain't gotta say no names. We the original, honor you, we are. You know how hot that made it? And then you notice when they provoke people, here come another group of fucking trolls and internet terrorists and shit like that, trying to put some stank on grandma's name, right? But the conduct is more important than what it is a nigga knows. It's what he shows, right? And if they showing these types of conduct where they will be so jealous, so angry, so disagreeable as they fake it like they love it, they want more of it, but the whole time they're there to try and collapse some shit or kick your motherfucking sandcastle over, right? Because you got them people that just want to kick a motherfucking sandcastle over. Gonna have to fortify the fences because they can't come around. It's going to be a lot of secrets that have to be kept because people will fuck it up. We're going to have to come back for niggas. Got to come back for niggas. Let's just get the work done and come back because all that trying to front like nigga, there's unity and all of that. You got backstabbers. You got all these fucking snakes, jakes, and all types of shit. Right? We ain't got time for that. Right? But if they is who they say they is, they still deserve what they deserve. And if there is, they shall get it. But if they in the way and keep distracting the motherfuckers that can go get to the shit, they're just there for that. And they're not, they're also a different type of thief. They're a different type of thief. You see what I'm saying? So it's important that niggas stay consistent. It's important that they stay consistent, not with the bullshit in your shit. It's critical that you have all these different facets and aspects of all the branches in your family, not just that one line that you found. You need a whole bunch of them. You found one, nigga, you gonna find a bunch more. You need to. You need to. Because those different lines go into different tribes. So when you saying, you know, they this and that, nigga, they might not be listed as Choctaw. They might be listed as Chickasaw. You better know the difference. You better know the difference, right? And if you are not knowledgeable about the assignment of your race as your political status, then I think people are here for the wrong motherfucking reasons. My race is American Indian, but my ethnicity is poor monkey Chickahominy. Right? Monacan and some other shit too. But that's my ethnicity, completely different than what my race is. So now that niggas know they Indian, what else do they know? What else do they know? Do they kids, is everybody's documentation changed and shit like that? Because there's some things that happen when, you know, some things that should be happening. There's some burdens that should be lifted. You should be frightened of these niggas, you know. You should be frightened of them. Not fearful, but just frightened of all the shit that they can fuck up. They like bulls in the fucking china shop. They like bulls in the fucking china shop. And this ain't all of them, but you gotta look at who is lacking when it comes down to fucking being able to maintain a society. Because niggas think they're going to get out of the government and not be able to govern people. Niggas don't like authority, so stop asking if we could all get along, because no, nigga, we can't. Some niggas don't like authority. The kid that keep breaking curfew, he don't like authority. That nigga don't even respect his mama. He don't respect the rules. Why do he need to be a part of this? So he could do what? Not respect the rules, which fucks up the discipline. And if the discipline's fucked up, then the practice is fucked up. And if the practice is fucked up, you can't reach no goddamn perfection. Sit your ass down and stop emulating the same failure of other different types of black people and people of color, because how they keep failing, repeating the same shit, right? Repeating the same shit. And if you forget one nigga's story, there's one nigga's story you can't forget. If you forget Martin Luther King's story, you can't forget Jesus' story. They did it to him. Everybody that comes to show and give the information and keep people focused on the truth gets murked. That's why niggas gotta treat people white, right? So I have a contract, because here's one unity that all people of color can deal with, right? Without too much burdens, too many restrictions, and too much of one feeling like they gotta give more than the others required to. We don't gotta treat each other right. Why don't we just promise to treat each other white? If all people of color treat each other white, we don't really even need any other instructions. Motherfucker know how to treat white people. You're patient with them. You're kinder to them. You're least likely to perform a violent act on them. You're going to show up on time to their fucking events. You're going to pay them their money as you indicated you would, on time, right? You're going to do all of that. You're going to make sure that they are clear in your communication and conveyance towards what it is that you are trying to say. And you're not going to accept misunderstanding them and taking things the wrong way, right? Because when you see that the white is mad, a nigga start figuring out ways of, how did I piss this white man off, right? So when you have these ways that you treat white people, if we treat each other like white people, we don't need no other fucking instructions. Yeah? Go ahead and stop me when I'm lying. If we treat each other like white people, we are going to move like we never moved before. Because an educated black man or an educated black woman does not scare these motherfuckers at all. Because they're only educated in managing the whites' affairs. Still not including themselves or inserting themselves in the narrative. So yeah, no, that don't work. Look at what all these smart people did. So this last few downloads require me to tell the people that we are not. We're going to stop lying and pretending that we're going to treat each other right. And we're going to honor the promise to treat each other white. How about it? It shouldn't be hard. That there can be some unity in that. Niggas could just agree just to do that alone. Everything else, we don't got to put that much pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to like the ballet just so we can be unified, because I like the ballet. But I'll tell you what. If we treat each other white, we ain't got to worry about a goddamn thing. We don't need a bunch of instructions. You don't have to instruct a bunch of people that don't like authority, that don't like listening to structure, right? But as far as the nation is concerned, you know what happens? And it's just very much like a household. You can't let the kids stay up all night. They need rest. That is best for their health. But a child doesn't think that they need rest. They don't think they need fresh air. They don't think they need a bath. They don't think they need anything except what it is that they want. Like children. And like adults, they have to make sure that they govern over the children because they don't know how to be adults. All in the interim of this, we are training them, right? Educating them, because that's what train means, for everything except nation building and the requirements thereof. We need several generations of kids that think that something strange about a motherfucker that doesn't know anything about civics and polity. We need a whole group of those children. And we have to multiply them. This shit, like, niggas gotta grab a hold of this shit like Joe Jackson. Nigga, they ain't like how that fucking government was run, right? If you go to Indiana, that damn 3200 Jackson Street, whatever it was, that shit's on sale for $36,000. You don't think Janet, Tito, Jermaine, Randy, none of them, Weeby, none of them had $36,000? They don't want that house, right? Even though greatness was developed there was a lot of pain, but some things must have superseded the other. They don't even want that house. They don't even want that house, which is part of their fucking legacy, right? It's something huge to us to go take a fucking picture in front of that little dilapidated shit. But to them, it's burn that bitch down. They probably wish it wasn't even standing no more. But inside the walls of that house, people can only speculate what happened. But one thing that is guaranteed is Joe Jackson. Joe Jackson, his discipline created geniuses. So that government that nobody liked created something that motherfuckers couldn't live without. Now they ain't even got Michael Jackson no motherfucking more. Nobody's mad that Joseph whipped Michael's ass. Michael ain't even mad no more, and even if he was, he's gone now, so that's not it. People be flipping. This time I'm telling you, these Indians still be acting black. Let me tell you what I saw. So Paul Mooney died. And I used to love Paul Mooney until Richard Pryor's son called his ass out. That nigga ain't do no whole bunch of denying. I ain't touched that boy. He ain't do no whole bunch of that. Guilty. Niggas in there, we love you, Paul Mooney. Fuck that nigga. He a rapist. Fuck him. That's the problem. This is why we can't all get along. Niggas will let the motherfucking rapists in and still... Y'all niggas is crazy. So you won't protect your own people from your own people, but they not supposed to get no protection from nowhere. The Indian has federally protected activities. So the Indians can't self-govern, right? They don't self-govern. They have no judicial branch, no executive branch, no fucking legislative branch. They are refuse to have a governing body. They don't respect authority, so the military's out of the fucking question. Hey, go and dig a couple ditches over there. Nigga, I ain't digging no ditches. It's hot over here. That type of shit. Let's keep it real. So yeah, it was hard to keep nations together. There's no need to really blame the white for everything, because niggas, look at the example. You know, so interesting how I saw a group of Muslim ladies just sitting on the park bench minding their business and stuff like that. And you see another dude walk by, totally unrelated, probably just, you know, but I heard him say, "Salam alaikum." And they, you know, turn their eyes away or whatever. But he spoke to his woman. They knew who they can identify who they women was. I thought that shit was real cool. Like, it was just like a, y'all all right? Got a whole bunch of little niggas over there smoking weed and stuff like that or whatever. Want to make sure they don't do nothing. They playing rough and shit, and the ladies just sitting in their place. But he gave that, like, y'all all right? Tyrone and Jerome and them ain't gonna snatch a purse or nothing, right? Like, you just had that little safety nod, an affirmative. You know what I'm saying? I peep shit like that. They know not to fuck with them women. Why the world don't know not to fuck with us? Why they don't? And when they know which ones not to fuck with, they call them bitches. They call them hard to work with and disagreeable and this, that, and the other, and all this other shit. Yeah, they do. Hi, Bobby. What's up, beloved? Wild Indian will say cuz. You know. But we gonna talk. We gonna get disappointed with some things because I'm fucking shit up. I'm coming like Jesus in the marketplace. I'm kicking over some shit, right? Kicking over some shit. Niggas don't realize, yo, that Jesus in the marketplace shit is so funny because, you know, when I tell a story, I put dubs on it. And when I put dubs on it, just to make it sound more realistic, because it's always going to be a qualifying analogy, right? So when he was in the marketplace, it was like he was kicking niggas off the corner like, yo, y'all selling drugs in front of the church, son. Yo, get that shit out of here, man. I make it more relatable to people, right? Because that's really what it is. It's, if you want to say it's the story of so-called black people, all right, I'll agree with you there, you know, because it's reminiscent of this group of motherfucking people that refused to govern their own land. Other people came in to govern the land. They got mad at that shit after they agreed to let the other people in. Then when the laws changed, the motherfuckers couldn't keep up. Not only couldn't get the old law, they couldn't get the new ones neither. Fascinating fucking story. Don't it sound familiar? It really does. Not in the dogmatic approach, right? Not in the, oh, this is the Egypt, or this is the ancient Mesopotamia. No, look at the fucking stories of these fucking people that can't get right and won't get right. And other people came to their fucking land and did the damn thing. And them niggas was mad, they was hating, they was going through all types of shit because they wouldn't do what? And then, you know the funny shit? When they was at Caiaphas' house and Peter watched Jesus get jumped, they punched him all in the face, they was spitting on him and shit like that. His friends left him, right? Ain't that how niggas do? His friends left him when he got beat up at Caiaphas' house. It's just a story. And what did they say to Jesus? Oh, nigga, you think you the king of the motherfucking Jews, huh? And Jesus like, well, if that's what you say, but all right, whatever. Nah, nigga, you think you the king of the motherfucking Jews. Okay, well, stop. Because open up to the book of Matthew. The first verse starts off with the genealogy of Jesus. And shit, they say Adam was the first Jew. And then they say that David was the king of Jews. And David is one of Jesus' descendants. So when they was calling this nigga the king of Jews and he said, yeah, they said the nigga was blaspheming. But he didn't lie. They did. Right? He didn't lie. They made that up in their mind, but it just so happened to be so true that shit made them hate that man. Hate him, hate him, hate him. Oh, Jesus, I love him. He came helping. He was healing motherfuckers, giving niggas herbs like, yo, don't take that medicine no more. Yo, here, sis, all you need is this. Pull his plant up out the ground, right? He was doing shit that the old school shit. He teaching them, don't forget your old ways, right? Because you talking to a bunch of people that forgot. They didn't honor their mother and their fathers. They don't got their 14 generations, right? And was that ever an indication to any of these Christians or these Hebrews and shit like that that they supposed to have 14 generations if you want to be like Yahushua? Wouldn't it make sense? The whole time he was fucking teaching. And it's kind of like he felt like how niggas feel when they trying to tell their family, yo, don't forget we Indian, yo. Yo, y'all forget we Jews? Yo, we ain't them motherfucking Nazarenes, nigga. We Jews, you forget? Why these niggas keep calling me Jesus the Nazarene, right? Why they keep calling me John the African man and I'm not no African man, right? That's how he felt. And his mother and them, yeah, because you know when we was in Africa, he looking at Mary like, bitch, what are you talking about? He's in there teaching and they like, Jesus, your mother and your brother's outside. He like, get the fuck out of here. Y'all my family. My mother and them still think they Nazarenes. Them motherfuckers forgot. My mother forgot. My mother and them forgot we was Indian. Them niggas think they black. Flash forward. Come on, make it make sense. Walk with me. Stay with me. We together, right? Y'all get where I'm coming from? Niggas motherfucking complicate the shit out of this. They want to act like they the smartest and all this other shit. And when I say use the Bible to get your fucking self out of oppression, nigga, I say use the Bible. Don't go in there and talk about John 3:16. Look at the motherfucking story. This nigga Jesus was in jail waiting on Joseph to come and visit him on death row. Father, these niggas, you need to hurry up, Joseph. These niggas finna the motherfucking kill me, Dad. Me. Waiting on Joseph. Joseph's ashamed of the nigga. My son been running around here telling everybody they motherfucking Indian and shit. Now his ass is locked up. Fuck that nigga. I'm not going to see that nigga in jail. Jesus sitting there crying like, God damn, I'm in here. These niggas don't come see a motherfucker when you're in jail, huh? This is hell. I'm in hell. Then he cursed niggas on the way out. Oh, y'all niggas think I came to play? I ain't come to play. I came to fuck shit up. Look at how y'all living. Look how y'all motherfuckers acting out here, acting like this ain't your country. Like this ain't your land. Oh, yeah. That's the story of the book. That's the story of the Bible. It ain't all that complicated. It ain't all that other shit these motherfuckers saying it is. And what it is, they won't hold on to it. Love y'all beautiful ones. I love you too, cuz they won't hold on to it. Right? They won't hold on to it. Something wrong with the people mind. They gotta straighten out their motherfucking mind. Right? And if they think that we gonna win this war with hatred and bigotry and all that other shit, nigga, you ain't no different. Don't come putting no stink on a righteous kill. A righteous win. All you need is to fucking research yourself. Spend that time. Niggas spend 20 years going to get PhDs for some other shit that ain't got nothing to do with them. You might have to spend 20 years for a PhD to learn about your fucking self and your goddamn ancestors. And then you ain't got a whole bunch of time because you still got to make sure this shit is transferable. It has to get passed down to the generations or else we did all this shit for nothing. Right? If you can't fucking, at least one of your children should be able to name one of your fucking great-grandparents or have it in their mind that they related to Powhatan or that they related to, right? This shit crazy. This shit crazy. And as far as the elders, yo, just before you get your feelings hurt, just back up off the motherfuckers. They need to see something tangible. They'll come. They ain't got no choice. Because once a man and twice a child. And once they start heading back towards childhood, they just going to be waiting on the good Lord to come and save them. But really, it's supposed to be their good son or their good daughter. Because we do what? Honor thy mothers and thy fathers. Niggas could talk shit about their moms and all that, but I know, every motherfucker miss theirs when they gone. I don't care if she a dope fiend, fried, dried, lean to the motherfucking side. Niggas seem to miss these same fucking no good, ain't shit, fuck I hate them parents. They miss them when they gone. They do. Even as entitled as they are to feel how they feel. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, if those feelings don't get appropriately placed in the right receptacle, they tend to stop you from moving forward. And if they stop you from moving forward, you know, that's a choice. That's part of free will. If you give up, no one says that you cannot. But if you do, you can't. You don't get to drag everybody else into your consequences as a result of you giving up, right? People do it anyway, but you really shouldn't. And with that being said, you know, so a free will, so a choice. And the choices are yours. You can get with this, you can get with that. I'm about to get ready to get my ass up out of here and get on over to the East Coast. I'll be in a whole nother time zone. But peace a lot, K. Y'all be good. I'm about to pull up. It's gonna be a whole Moon Madness thing going on. I got a new job and I'm coming through with some crazy shit. And you know, again, we're gonna have open panels on it and everything, because it's really like, yo, get out of here. Niggas got it all the way fucked up. This shit with the Confederates, oh, we gonna rock, rock, rock. We're gonna get it in with that. Blow your mind, blow your mind, blow your mind. Peace a lot, K.